for co-favourites. Sheer Nectar is 5-1, Mount Tumbledown 33-1.
The far side, and Mount Tumbledown being restrained in rear as they approach the first at a very, very sedate pace indeed. Afaristoon jumps it in the lead from Grey Salute and Intuition. Sheer Nectar and Mount Tumbledown, and still going very, very steadily indeed. Afaristoon. Tom Morgan looks down over his right shoulder, sees Grey Salute following him. Is being followed by Intuition, Sheer Nectar, then a gap to Mount Tumbledown. And still Afaristoon, this horse who was trained by Alain Royer-Ducret at Chantilly before he was brought to race over here over obstacles. Just bowling along in the lead from Grey Salute, Intuition, Sheer Nectar, and a gap to Mount Tumbledown, who's taken a very strong hold, although he's well in rear. Afaristoon coming to the second. Jumps it fast and well, and Tom Morgan just lets him stretch there and decides to kick on and turn it into a horse race. He's gone about 8 clear now of Grey Salute, then Intuition, then Sheer Nectar. Afaristoon really bowling along now. From Grey Salute, Intuition, Sheer Nectar, Mount Tumbledown, some way behind that quartet. Over the third, he's pinched quite a bit of ground really, Tom Morgan, with that sudden quickening of the pace there. Quite a good manoeuvre, whether it stands him in good stead or not. Grey Salute follows him, then Intuition and Sheer Nectar a long way back to Mount Tumbledown, and Afaristoon jumps that about 6 up on Grey Salute, is 4 up on Intuition, and is a length and a half up on Sheer Nectar, but Sheer Nectar going up on the outside, in fact, of Intuition, and Afaristoon about 3 clear now of Grey Salute, then Sheer Nectar and Intuition. They race towards the cross flight in this L'Oreal hurdle. We're 3-7-4-6 to the winner. This is the 5th. Afaristoon jumps it very fast indeed. First time he's raced on this ground and seems to be appreciating it. Intuition really being chased along to keep in touch now as they turn for home with 3 flights left to jump. It's Afaristoon from the Grey Salute, Sheer Nectar towards the left, just getting a little reminder there. Intuition back in 4th, half a mile to run. Grey Salute travelling well, the grey on the far side of Afaristoon. There's not a lot between them as they race down now towards the second last flight. Afaristoon and Grey Salute, and there's little between them. Then Sheer Nectar, then Intuition, who really looks out of it. Mount Tumbledown, who wasn't in it to start with, and coming down to the second last, Afaristoon and Grey Salute, and there's still very little between them. 2 furlongs to run now and 1 flight left to jump in the L'Oreal hurdle. Afaristoon, Tom Morgan on the near side, Grey Salute and Richard Dunwoody on the far side. Afaristoon, Grey Salute, very little between them at the final flight. Afaristoon on the near side, lands fractionally in the lead but knocks the hurdle out of the ground. Afaristoon on the near side, Grey Salute on the far side. Grey Salute just getting the upper hand now of Afaristoon as they race into the closing stages. It's Grey Salute going away from Afaristoon. Afaristoon fighting back there as they come to the line. Grey Salute from Afaristoon. Grey Salute from Afaristoon. It's going to be close. It's going to be a photo. It's a photo between Grey Salute and Afaristoon at the line. Sheer Nectar was 3rd a long way back. Intuition was 4th, and 5th was Mount Tumbledown. It's a close photo. It's a very close photo indeed between Grey Salute on